Thinking about doing a PhD at the TU Delft's Faculty of Industrial Design Engineering? What does doing a PhD with us mean in practice? Let's meet some of our current PhD candidates and discover their stories. Etche started her PhD about a year ago. What were her expectations? And how is it going after a year of study?
Before I started my PhD, I worked in the industry for 4 years, and when I told people that I was gonna do a PhD, I had a lot of pushback actually. There was quite some people who said, don't do it, it's a very lonely experience. And it's true that you are alone in your project, so you have the responsibility of your project, but I would say that my experience hasn't been an alone one at all. I had always someone to brainstorm with, either about my project or someone to complain to, from the research groups that I was in, or from the people that I met at events, or just with the people from my consortium. So in that sense, it has been a very social and connected experience. One thing that I think didn't expect how much time and effort the tasks that are around your research project takes, like doctoral education, teaching and supervising, that are also important things. So during the first year it was also a little bit juggling and navigating between these tasks that are really not in my research project but around it.
A key moment in the PhD process comes at 12 months, the formal meeting of evaluation.
So going into the 12-month meeting, I was really nervous because I wasn't sure if it was going to be like a mini mock defense or is it really a feedback session, but they were really there to give constructive feedback. And when you think about it, it's really nice to have the opinion of someone who's not in your immediate supervisory team, so who can take a bit more of a broader perspective and an outside view about your project. I think it's very important for a first-year PhDer to know that plans can change and don't be discouraged if plans do change. I think being a bit flexible and being a bit more open to the directions that you can go is very important.
Fast forward a couple of years from the start. PhD candidates are now in the thick of it, doing research, teaching, presenting at conferences, maybe even writing that first paper.
So I teach bachelor courses, master courses and also guide graduation students. I do it quite a lot because I like it, so that's also an option that you have if you like to teach and want to gain more experience in it. You can start doing that more during your PhD because you have plenty of opportunity for it. Especially with master students who are really interested in a specific topic that you are working on, you get a lot of energy back from them. So yeah, enthusiasm is contagious. I work behind my laptop, obviously writing and researching, reading a lot, but also I get to work in the lab, I get to work in the field. I do quite some things with my hands, actually creating things. One major thing I learned doing the PhD was managing myself and becoming more disciplined. I've become more self-secure in what I'm researching, also because you get interest from other researchers, you go to conferences, you get a lot of positive attention for what you are doing.
And then suddenly it's year 4 and the end is in sight. Vera is finishing her PhD. What was the final year like for her?
So I think the writing process is a bit different for every PhD, so it really depends also on how you want to approach it. So sometimes you can do a thesis that is by paper, that means you're just putting all the papers together if you have written them. You write an introduction, discussion, conclusion, and then you're done. Or you write a monograph, which is more adapted and a story from beginning to end, and that's what I'm doing. But what I've learned is to trust the process. These moments of friction and these moments of block are necessary to get where you need to go. When you're in the moment, you're like, nah, I don't want to feel this block, but I try to kind of work with it and embrace it. It always comes at some point, and then it comes and you don't realize it, and then all of a sudden you wrote 20 pages and you're like, whoa, and then you're in your studio till 8 o'clock because you want to be. And that's what happened with me, but it happens in cycles. I come from art school, so adapting here into the format of more like university academic structure was a bit of a struggle, but the moment I realized I was able to do it and I had something to bring to the table, it was actually really nice to see how much of these processes are similar.
Finally is the formal defence of the PhD thesis. Friends, family, colleagues, everyone is here to celebrate 4 years of hard work on this special day.
When I think about my defense, I kind of like to compare it with a wedding because it's this one big, once-in-a-lifetime event. I mean, it feels daunting because you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna put myself out there and then all these professors are gonna ask me these questions, but you can actually reform it towards thinking they all want to be there and ask you questions because they're interested in your work and you have a lot to say. If you find the right way of working with your supervisors, but also if you find your own peers in the field, if you're allowed to go to conferences and you can meet people that actually have the same language as you, it's the best job in the world.